Okay, good afternoon, class. So today we're looking at factorization. We're looking at the examples for exercise 4. So we're looking at mixed factorization. It is often necessary to use a combination of different types of factorization in order to factorize an expression completely. So here we're given the hint. Always try to find a common factor first, as I indicated before. Common factor overrides all type of factorization. Okay. Secondly, we're going to check whether the second bracket needs further factorization. If the second bracket needs further factorization, you factorize and you will factorize as far as you can. Okay? Until you can't factorize no more. So this is the examples for exercise 4 on page 40. These examples are also on page 40. Okay. So the first sum, we got 2x squared minus 32. Write that down quickly. 2x squared minus 32. Right, so what can be done first? It's a common factor of 2. Alright, so take out the common factor of 2 quickly. What do we get, Pumla, in the bracket? Okay. What? Okay. Just okay, no? Yes? The square root of 32. No, it's a common factor. So it's 2k squared over 2 is going to give you k squared. 32 over 2 gives you 16 is minus, negative 16. You catch your off guard. What's the next step? Sorry? Difference of 2 squares, dots, not so? So do that quickly. So what do I get, Ilam? K plus 4? Okay. Your name, Ilam? I was close, no? Alright. What is your name? Oh, Aisha. I feel I was close. People, number 2, we got 2x squared minus 12x plus 18. Write that one down. 2x squared minus 12x plus 18. Has Cornelius completed the examples already? Oh, nice. So you know what's happening. Nice. So what is common? 2. So what are we left with? X squared minus 6x plus 9. So what do we see now? What's inside this bracket? Perfect square trinomial. Can you see that, people? Perfect square trinomial. So that would simply be 2 into. What's the square root of x squared? X. What's the square root of 9? 3. And then negative because of that being negative. And we have to check if it's going to give us the middle term. What's x times negative 3 times 2? You give negative 6x, which is then that one. Which makes that correct. Now some of you don't see this as a perfect square trinomial. So if you got 2 into x squared minus 6x plus 9. So on the product line goes coefficient of x squared, which is 1 and 1. For 9 is 1 and 9. 3 and 3. Do we add or subtract our products? We add them. So 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So that gives us 2 into x and a 3 and x and a 3. What about our sign? Same sign or opposite sign? Same sign. Both is going to be negative. So what we notice? It's the same. So it can be written as 2 into x minus 3 squared. You see how much more work is there? We don't pick up the perfect square trinomial from the beginning. Okay? But both ways you'll get your full 3 marks. Okay? Look at the next one, number 3. You got x plus y all squared minus 25. What type of factorization can apply here? It's noble. Is the first term a perfect square? Yes. What's the square root of x plus y all squared? X plus y. What's the square root of 25? Is there a negative between it? So what type of factorization? Difference between two squares. Thoughts? So we say the square root of x plus y squared is x plus y. One plus the other minus. What's the square root of 25? 5. Is there anything I can simplify inside the bracket? No. It's a nice one. But x squared minus 1 in brackets plus the second bracket x plus 1. What we notice here? What can be done in the first bracket? So take the difference of two squares there quickly. So what are we left with now? X plus 1, x minus 1 plus x plus 1. Now what we notice? Common brackets. Take out the common bracket there of x plus 1. Okay, so take it out. Take out x plus 1 as a common factor. We left with x minus 1 plus 1. You all agree with that, no? Remember, when we take out the whole term, we've got x squared plus x. We take out the whole term as a common factor. X times x, x squared, and x times 1 is x. Okay, so whenever you take out the whole term as a common factor, will always be left with 1. You think that's going to be your answer? What can happen here? Like terms, yes. Inside the bracket you have like terms. Not so. So what's negative 1 plus 1? Cancel, give you 0. But do we ever write something like that? We never write one term inside the bracket, not so. So what we do is, since that is going to give us x plus 1 and x, we bring the x forward, no bracket required. So it will be x plus 1, x into x plus 1. A sum like this is worth 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 marks, 4 or 5 marks. Okay? But this is going to be your easy 5 marks, not so? Yes, easy. Because you're going to consider your geometry more easier than this. Yes. You enjoy geometry more than factorization? Yes. You? People, the next one, number 5, we got 32a cubed minus 50ab 6. 50ab to the exponent 6. What do we notice here? Is a common factor. What's a common factor here? 2a. So fill in there what you are left with. So what are we left with? 16 a squared minus 25 bc. What do we notice inside the bracket now? Difference between two squares. Dots. So do the difference of two squares quickly. Alright, so what do we get? 2a. What's the square root of 16a4? A squared. 4a. So 4a, 1 plus the other. Minus. What's the square root of 25b? 6. 5b cubed. See anything else we can do there? No. Number 6. 4a squared into a minus 2 minus 36 into a minus 2. What type of factorization here? Common bracket. So take out the common bracket quickly. So we left with, we got factorized a minus 2, we left with 4a squared minus 36. What do we notice now? Dots. Common factor. Remember, common factor overrides all type of factorization. So what's your common factor here? 4. So it's 4 into, so 4a squared divided by 4. A squared. What's the negative 36 divided by 4? Okay. So what type of factorization in the second bracket? Dots. So apply a difference of two squares. So what do we get? A plus 3, a minus 3. Okay, also about 5 marks on the sum here. And the last one, number 7. Number 7, we got x minus 2 all squared minus x minus 2 into x minus 6 minus 2x into x minus 2. What do we notice here? Sorry? What is that? Common bracket. So what is common? X minus 2. So we'll take x minus 2 out. Remember, what is this here? This x minus 2 squared. So in other words, x minus 2 times x minus 2. Not so. So one of it is common, we only take one out. That means to say we left with the other. It's x minus 2 on the first term. If I take x minus 2 out, what are we left with? Minus x minus 6. If I take this out, what am I left with? Minus 2x. You all agree with that? Cornelius, you agree? You didn't watch the video properly, Michael. What's the mistake? Must be a bracket here. Why must there be a bracket here? More than 2 terms following a negative sign. Make a note there, people. You can't make this mix up here. More than 2 terms following a negative sign. So what am I going to do now? Get rid of the inner bracket, not so. So we have now x minus 2 into x minus 2. Negative times x is negative x. Negative times negative 6 is positive 6. Minus 2x. But remember that there's nothing to do with that term. What can be done now? Like terms, not so. So I've got x minus 2. So in the bracket is a x minus x. Okay, that cancels. And I'm left with minus 2x. Then minus 2 plus 6. What's minus 2 plus 6? Sorry, positive. You think we're going to stop there? No. Now what? The common factor of negative 2. Remember, when the first term is negative of the factorization you're going to do, you must take out negative as the common factor. Okay, even if there are 100 terms and only the first term is negative, you must factorize the negative. Okay. So we're taking out negative 2 as a common factor, as you can see. There's negative 2 into. So negative 2x divided by negative 2 is x, and 4 divided by negative 2 is. So hang on. Is this not the same? So this can be written as negative 2 into x minus 2. People, if this was the sum in an exam, this is how we mark. 1, 2, 3. Don't mess up that thing. Got rid of the brackets. 4. We simplified 5. Common factor 6. 7 marks. You see how nice factorization is? They get you a lot of marks in the exam. Okay, so that basically with factorization, he's going to go into graphs, he's going to go into algebraic fractions, he's going to go into equations. So factorization will form part of many sections to come. That is why we spend so much time on factorization. Yes, my girl? No problem? If you had switch, she's saying, she's that kind of girl, that switch. She said 4 minus 2x. So what is common? 2. Take out 2 as a common factor.
Mr. Bodin?
Yes, ma'am?
Sorry to interrupt your lesson. Taylor Rudolph, is she perhaps there?
Yes, she is, miss.
Can she come to the office with the bags, please? Sir?
No problem, miss. So remember, this must be swapped around. As you can see, there's a resemblance here. Swap it around, what will happen? Negative comes out. Did we speak about that already? Yes, a negative comes out. Now what? It's the same. And still you get your 7 marks. Okay. Any other problems, people? For homework, I would like you guys to do. Bye. You want to do with me? Exercise 4. Okay. Exercise 4. You want to do for me the odd numbers. Okay. The full lesson can be found in the description box below.